Reselling life.
I thought we could shut up and maybe you can't hear us.
G'day guys, welcome to another episode of This Is Your Reselling Life. Tonight we have Mitchell and Erin, retro rescuers, all the way from Melbourne. So let's get them up on the screen and hear about their story. G'day guys, what's up?
Retro.
Hey, how you doing? Haven't seen you for ages. I feel like I've been
right. We got the power retro reselling couple with us tonight. So we're keen to hear your story.
I noticed you said that in the description before. It gave Erin a big head.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've set up the room as a retro dungeon for you guys.
Admiring that. Loving that international cricket box. That's good.
And we're rocking some retro clothing for you tonight.
We should feel underdressed now.
I know. Mitchell said you should put your Mickey Mouse top on. And I was like, no, I'll just go plain Jane.
Yeah, we got
And I
clothes
regret
on.
it. I regret it.
Yeah.
Look, we'll accept your apology this time, but next time, happy
Next
game.
time.
A little bit.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We've already got 30 in the chat, so that's awesome. I guess first things first. Tell us a bit about your reselling journey and how you sort of started, and what initiated your journey into reselling.
Well, I guess I was sort of into it long before Erin.
Before I was in the picture.
Before she was in the picture. I was, as you probably know from my love of your background there, my main jam was retro video games and collectibles. That was all I was obsessed with. But it was more from a collector's point of view. Yeah. And then maybe the end of high school, I was like, hey, instead of saying no to these games I already have, even if they're cheap because I don't need them, I should buy them, sell them, and then I can buy more video games with that money. I was like, oh, okay, I'm onto something now. And then for years and years, that's just how I collected. I didn't do it as a money-making thing because in the retro community, as you probably know, when it comes to video games, you are the devil. If you are buying retro video games and selling them for a profit, they want you dead. So I used to keep hush-hush. And then it just, over the years, once I sort of had everything I wanted, I just started selling retro games full on. And then it just evolved over time. Like, hey, what's this toasted sandwich maker? What? It's worth $100. I'll buy that then as well. It just turned into that eventually. But the retro video games was where it started. And then as it's evolved now with Erin, I wasn't doing it at all really. And
when we met, you weren't doing much.
Yeah, I wasn't doing it at all.
You kind of stopped. And then we started going, thrifting just for fun. And then Mitchell started telling me all about his little tricks and all the things he knew. And I was like, oh my God, you know so much about everything. Why are we not doing this?
Yeah. So then
seriously.
And then we made like a little, I guess, goal of ours was like, let's try and buy a car with like this extra eBay money. And then we did that very fast, and we were like, okay, well, I'm gonna quit my job and I'm just gonna do this full time. And then Erin loves what she does, so she just went casual, from full time to casual. And then we're here talking to you guys now.
But being able to do that, like on a side hustle with something you love, is pretty awesome. Like,
you've got to be obsessed, I think, otherwise you get lazy.
And were you also obsessed and into the retro gear beforehand?
I mean, not too much. I was into it since it's what I grew up with, I guess.
You were very much into antique decor.
Yeah. That was more kind of my vibe. That's what I bring to the table, not too much.
Yeah. So like old furniture and stuff. She was. I don't know anything about that, but we've had some good wins because of her. Sort of with that sort of knowledge.
But growing up, I mean, it's really good. I'm more into it now because I feel like I'm reliving a lot of my, childhood through what Mitchell knows as well, because he has this memory of all these things. He's like, do you remember that? And I was like, no.
Rain Man, Rain Man.
And then I get to relive it again, which is just amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome, like to relive stuff from your childhood.
Nostalgic.
Yeah. I'll just say good day to a few people in the chat while we've got
there's a few people talking there.
We got Drew, we got Peter, we got Bumcrack Picker.
Bumcrack.
Yeah, it's a quality name, that one. He is the mod to the stars, so thanks for coming in.
He'll kick out any troublemakers.
We got Zach, we got Game On Couple, Bronze in, Reseller Down Under, which is Damo.
Damo. Game On Couple, we know them.
Yeah, Money Mental UK.
Look, Mum, I'm hustling. Yeah, those guys.
Yeah, there's heaps of Kathy. The chat's gone
Far
ballistic
out, we
for you
can't
guys.
keep up.
So
Hi, Cara.
Slow
yeah,
down.
yeah. Stop talking. No. And that's a very good segue to my next question, actually. You guys are a lot less serious than a lot of resellers, and you definitely are just super chill. And I think that really comes through in a lot of your videos. Is that how you see you guys? Like, is that how you see yourself? Is that what you try and be, or is that just natural?
Well, in the start, I think like our first couple of videos, I look at it and I go, God, shut up, you're trying too hard. But then it sort of calmed down a little bit. And what you see now is definitely just us going and hanging out. We're an entertainment channel before we're a reselling channel, but reselling and thrifting is such a big part of our life that we just take those things of our day-to-day life and try to show everyone, but at the same time have fun while doing it.
Yeah, I think your model's awesome. Like, we were chatting the other night and I was like, oh, do you guys purposely not drop videos for, a certain period of time because everyone's like craving more of the retro rescuers?
Like I told you the other night, I'm just extremely lazy sometimes. So Erin does be like, you should be working on that video. And I'm like, yeah. And then
I was like, yeah, we should film a video tomorrow. And then it gets to tomorrow and we're like,
yeah, nah. But we're really bad for shooting a whole video as well and then getting home and watching it and going, no one will care about this. And then we just don't list it.
yeah.
Well, I can guarantee everyone will drop we're watching.
We're waiting.
Yeah.
Sorry. We don't want to just be putting out stuff just to put out stuff, I guess. And we want to, enjoy every minute of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to all.
I think that comes through in a lot of your videos. It's just natural and it's not forced at all. You just go out and if you find cool stuff, share it. If you don't, then it doesn't get there.
Yeah, definitely. And not necessarily the biggest price ticket items are going to be the most interesting. Like sometimes something that only sells for $30 might be extremely rare and you never find it, but it's going to be interesting to talk about and to show people what this is from my childhood or whatever.
Yeah,
definitely. So you're the film editor then, Mitchell?
I do the editing, yes, but I hope to get much better. There's actually someone in our chat, JB Hart, the bike scene where I'm on that bike and it's all slow-mo. He was on a skateboard, like legs up.
There he is.
Yeah, there he is. You, JB. He was on a skateboard rolling down a hill backwards, filming me. Like he's the one with the skill. Yeah.
That KLT.
Look at that director cap on, Mr.
He's a professional.
Hollywood. Yeah, Mr. Hollywood.
Will you guys have cameraman? We need to get one. Oh, look, Mum, we've got one, and we're just rocking random.
It's up where the yeah.
So how do you guys kind of split up tasks between you? I'm curious, with your reselling and sometimes working casually when you're both working together. What's your kind of day-to-day?
Well, Mitchell runs the mainly the day-to-day things.
I do the pretty much everything, like packing, dealing with eBay questions, dealing with listing, dealing with photos. Like I do all of that stuff. But I would be a homeless bum on the street with no organization, and none of this would mean anything because she sort of,
I guess, the operational side.
Yeah,
the background.
She very much keeps it running like a business should. I'm a messy, disgusting pig with ADHD. And I can tell that sometimes she'll just get the shits like, this is meant to be in this box. And she but also a lot of the financial side of things when it comes to like our books. She does all the books. She does all that for tax time, everything like that. And I stand there and pick my ear.
Well, I don't do anything in comparison to what you do, but yeah, I guess I can just keep it running.
You're oiling the machine.
Yeah, and we thrift together. Like
when we've got days off together, we'll either be, sometimes we'll spend a day maybe taking photos of clothes because we like to do that together. It's a lot easier with two people, one person steaming, the other person measuring and taking
totally.
So we'll do a day of that, or we'll be out sourcing together, and that's mainly what we do when we have days off. Yeah.
I think you find a natural groove that works for both of you, and you find the things that you're good at, and that just complements your business and makes it better. Yeah, we're very lucky in our situation to be a couple, and I presume you feel the same way.
Oh, absolutely. It just takes the
having someone who like you consider your best friend being so hyped and keen to get into something that you're into both at the same time is because
awesome.
in my past relationships and stuff, when I was sort of doing these things, it became like an annoyance to people.
Yeah.
Like, why are you constantly driving? Like, instead of being like, hey, can I come along and do this? It's ever since the get-go, Erin's been super keen, excited.
Yeah. And how about you guys? How do you split the load?
Jazzy is the photograph legend. So she smashes the photos. I'm a typical boy and rush through crap and it doesn't look nice.
Yeah.
I draft and I do probably more of the financial side of it. But
He does the boring things and then just says, hey, these drafts are ready. Go take pictures. And I'm like, great.
Okay. Yeah. No, taking pictures can be, I guess it depends what you're taking pictures of. Because if you're taking pictures of cool things like, I don't know, interesting toys and cool nostalgia items, or then it's like, I'm sure you would have had fun with all those R.M. Williams clothes, like just the same thing over and over and over. Yeah.
That was
that did need some teamwork.
That was a lot of work, but it's definitely going to pay off long run.
That's good.
That sort of flows into my next question as well. Like sourcing in like a niche market that you guys are in, do you find that you're buying a lot of other stuff to fill the gaps, or do you have enough sort of sourcing opportunities to get just retro gear?
Well, we'll be completely honest. The thrifting side of things for us is probably what percent? 20% of where we make most of our money from. Most of it, honestly, is from networking and word of mouth, that a lot of people around here know that we buy lots of stuff for cash up front if you need money, or if you have a collection, if you're moving over like overseas or something and you need all your stuff gone, these two idiots here will come into your house and buy it all instantly. Like some really good friends of ours will have thousands of dollars worth of stuff and they just don't care. They're going to go chuck it in the tip or chuck it in Vinnie's, and they hit us up first and we come and make an offer and they always say yes. So we get pretty lucky on those. And obviously with wholesale as well, like if we can buy a bunch of whatever it is at a good wholesale price, we'll definitely grab those. But when it comes to secondhand goods, we're definitely trying to focus on the like figurines and pop culture stuff just because it's fun.
Yeah. And that's what you guys enjoy selling. So it makes it sort of, you know, you want to do it. Like it's not a task.
No, yeah. It never feels like work at all.
Yeah.
Peter's saying, shout out to the 50 people watching right now. Let's hope they get to 100. That would be crazy. I don't see it happening, but these guys dragging the crowd.
Really positive. You got to be. You got to say that it's going to be at least 150.
Oh, absolutely. Why not? We might as well. Well, see if there's any questions in the chat. It looks like everyone's chatting to each other.
There's a little bit of speed dating going on.
Good news, Kathy, is I'm currently single. There you go. Money Mental UK is single.
That's Andrew from Money Mental UK. He's
we're a multifunctional platform here.
Tinder for resellers here. So
good. The Tinder
you're looking for some hookups, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We do have some awesome people in. We've got Pommy in as well. Drew,
I see a few of his live Instagrams every now and again.
Yeah. Smashing out to get his 2.5 men. Denny Carr's in. Yeah, we've got some awesome people in. So if you guys have any questions for retros while we're here, drop them in and we'll try and answer them for you, or ask them.
We'll try and answer them for you.
Yeah.
They don't even need to do that. We'll just so what do you got for them?
I want to know, what's your kind of end goal with reselling? Do you just want to kind of chug along how you are? Do you have a grand scheme?
When it comes to like reselling and the whole buying and trying to get profit in that, the end goal of that, we would love to own and operate our own pawn store, like pawn shop, but a really cool one that can like eventually lead to like loans and things like that. But we do have those silly pipe dreams of the entertainment stuff. So that's in our heart, is acting and singing and performing and things like that. But we love this reselling thing because it is easy and stress-free for us.
And it's just a good lifestyle.
It's and being together all the time and not having to stress about anything at all I would happily do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But
Even at this,
capacity, like I could honestly say that we could die old people doing this, and it would be a sick life.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like that's it's your life. You know what I mean? Like that. You got to live it through what you want to do.
For
I
sure.
haven't heard too many say that they want to go brick and mortar, so that's really exciting.
It's different.
It's going to be a destiny.
Yeah. I kind of love the idea of people bringing stuff to you.
Bring your things to me.
Yeah. Like they're rocking up with stuff, trying to palm it off to you is a little bit easier than some guy who sits on eBay all day and then he puts a bunch of stuff up on Marketplace and he's asking, top dollar. It's so much easier just doing it that way.
So right.
Thrift.me, favorite grail item in your collection?
I'll go grab one.
Oh yeah.
Show and tell time.
I don't know. I have no idea what he's bringing out as well. So it's
really?
What is
While
it?
he's collecting the Holy Grail, what's your best flip ever, Erin?
Our greatest flip.
I'm gonna say personally
one item or like a bulk lot that ended up selling for the most, or just like
one item.
I think one item's more interesting. You go one that you like.
Personally, my one would be not long ago. I found a rag and bone jumper, and I sold it for over $300, and I found it in an op shop.
Ooh.
It was insane. And for me, it was like, I feel like I know a lot about brands and clothes, but for some reason I don't have a lot of confidence in the op shop of finding them. I just skipped the clothes section. I don't want to do it. I don't know why.
And I'm definitely not.
So when I found that, I was like, oh my God, you can do that. So it gave me a confidence boost,
Mine would have to be sold-wise was back in my old hometown in Queensland, Mackay. I bought a Rob the Robot, pretty much brand new, with the entire big box game collection of those black box, Gyromite, all that sort of stuff. They were the Australian Power ones, mint. Like all the plastic little discs were all in their original little plastic sleeves. And I ended up buying it for $50 with all these games. But 3 or 4 days before that, I bought a Nintendo 64 with a bunch of games off him for not that cheap. Like he knew what stuff was worth. And at the end of that, and I paid up more than I normally would. And then from the thrift gods and the blessings of just being a decent human, at the end of the transaction, he's like, at my parents' house, I have like this old robot thing that used to go into the Nintendo. And I'll try and find it and let you know. And then, a couple of days later, he hit me up and he just wanted $50 for it. So that goes to show that if you're genuinely going to sell stuff and you know it's going to sell quick, always pay up. If you know it's going to sell, pay up, because then little things like that happen.
Yeah,
and
we had a very similar experience with the bulk DVD. Like he came back to us and gave us like really cheap, like sports satin jackets for like cheap. And it's just insane.
Yeah.
Do you have your grail item there?
I do. It's 3. You might have noticed when we picked this up, it was funny because it wasn't at a thrift store. It was in a secondhand store, but there's
secondhand vinyl store.
So it wasn't really video game orientated. They had tubs littering the floor of like Nintendo games and things.
Really
But we managed to score 3. These were
I'll make it big.
there you can hold one. These were adult-only released Atari games. So you could only buy these in, like, sex shops and pornography stores. It was it's really messed up. Like, do some research on
eat 'em.
Custer's Revenge. Like, this is hands down the worst video game. If you think things offend people these days, imagine this game coming out today. So do a bit of Googling on that. But they're all sealed. This guy, he gave. I don't want to say, because if he's watching, then he's gonna hate us. But so we scored them for next to nothing. And I think what was so good about that was when we were looking for them on eBay and stuff, there was none. So obviously he couldn't find any out there to put a price on. So that's why we got them for decent. So that's what
sanity.
I'm not selling these. This is I think a grail item. Yeah, so this is in our collection.
When you guys do look them up, just make sure you clear your browser history as well. That could get
Yeah, definitely.
Surely you come up with a porn. Surely you've come up with a pawn shop name already.
Honestly, we'd probably just go with Retro Rescuers.
That's so tame, and I like it.
I'd be there.
Because we're hopefully going to rescue some retro goodies and make big bucks.
Heck yeah.
Why not?
On the flip side,
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to stop picking up.
Yeah, stop that.
what is the worst deal you've ever done? What's something that you just regret, if there is one?
Yeah, let's talk about the times we've messed up. I like that. I don't think enough resellers talk about. I'm not touching my beard.
Good.
I try not to touch my face. What's something that we messed up on? Oh, you messed up on those bloody sugar and flour. You know those old containers.
Erin.
And it's like, I think we paid like $60 for them.
I think they were 50.
54 or something.
They're just like old sugar, flour kind of containers, canisters.
Yeah.
And they're worth like $15.
They're not worth $15. Maybe no.
I don't know. I'm trying to think for myself. Oh God, I've done some doozies in the past.
Yeah.
Oh, can you think of anything?
I can't think of anything.
Since I've been with you, not that much.
I've just got a bad memory. It's not that you haven't done
Actually, it would probably be buying this bulk lot of Nintendo 64 boxed games from a guy without getting him to send me individual pictures of each game. He just said they're all boxed in good condition, and the price seemed pretty good. And then when they arrived, the box, the front covers and everything were just covered in stickers, and the games had I ended up losing probably like, I'm going to say $600.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That happens though.
Yeah.
So
Games are hard.
because you get things like, I guess one of those, like the Kirby Shard game on the 64 box, which is just crazy.
Yeah.
But if it has the slightest things wrong with it, it doesn't even get close to the top dollar. Like one little sticker from Video Easy will cut it in half. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy how different a price can be from that almost mint state to just slightly under.
Yeah.
It's the only negative feedback we've ever had on our eBay was from a comic book collector because of I don't even know what it was, but that just goes to show that sort of scene of people, video games, comic books, anything like that, it has to be primo or they don't want it.
Yeah, and you got to take so many photos because if there's one thing that's not in the photo, they will get on top of you.
Even if it is in the photo and they buy it, they receive it, they go, oh, it's got that there. Oh, I didn't look at the photo properly.
Yeah.
If you care about it that much, why aren't you looking at the photo properly?
Hectic. Game on Couple, it is hard to sell video games when you're torn between selling them or adding them to your collection. Yes.
Yeah, I can see you guys probably deal with that. Not so much anymore. I used to struggle hard. But since this became like my main focus of making money and things, I'm a huge Sega Master System fanboy, like love it dearly. So anything on the Master System, like I said earlier, I will keep and collect. But I'm much happier nowadays to like sell really rare boxed 64 games or Super Nintendo games. I don't know if you've seen this is the Game on Couple, our last episode 4, where I got that stack of Super Nintendo games. I just sold all of those to one guy at once, and like I didn't put top dollar. Like I'm happy to just get rid of that stuff now.
Erin, did those wicker baskets things ever sell?
Oh, the little clamshell set? Yeah, they did. How much did they end up going
$69.
for? Yeah, 69.
We had 89 on it, and someone offered us 69, so it wasn't too bad.
That's pretty good for a.
I think we paid like $8 or something.
Yeah, I got them on a whim. I was like, I don't know, are they gonna sell?
Yeah.
Who knows?
What's your worst customer experience?
Oh God.
That idiot guy from China with the Fred Flintstone pop vinyl. Oh,
I remember this.
I'll try not to drone on. We sent a guy a pop vinyl, like we were talking about this before, had sticker residue on it. Photo shows it. We said it. This pop vinyl has sticker damage. I don't want it anymore. Sends it back to us, but ignores the message where we said, send it to this address because we've just moved. eBay won't update. We kept contacting eBay to update our address and just stuffing us around. So they sent it to our old address. It got lost. Ended up at this person's house that we don't even live at anymore. We tried to hunt it down through Ozpost. So we ended up refunding him, and then the item ended up heading back over to China to him. So
it was a
$200 pop vinyl.
It was an expensive pop vinyl.
Yeah, that's very expensive.
He got his money back and the pop. Cheers, Uday.
So
Awesome.
frustrating.
That's infuriating.
Sometimes you just gotta just.
Honestly, it didn't affect us as much. I'm one of those idiots who let little things affect me.
He gets very angry.
I get like stupid angry over things, but that I don't know what it was. It didn't.
We were just like,
we were so over it by the end of it. It was just like
over it.
no more.
That sucks.
Yeah,
Just gotta let him go, huh?
We're getting smashed by the crowdsourcing questions here. So, what was your first console?
I'll see if that gives it away.
I don't know. Bring you up.
Zoom.
Alex.
You're so
It's reversed. Alex Kidd in Miracle World on the Sega Master System. Sega Master System is the greatest console of all time. It's much better than the original Nintendo.
Mine was the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, Erin's was Super Nintendo, which kicks ass too. But yeah, Sega Master System, Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Mine was NES.
Oh yeah, NES. Cool. There was one that I was very jealous of back in the day when I'd go to friends' houses and be like, "Oh, they've got Uni Rally."
I got mine super late, so all my friends were on like PS1s and stuff, and I was rocking a NES. So
yeah, no. At least back then you probably would have been able to pick up the game super cheap. I was a poor kid as well. I was like 6 years behind on games.
Yes.
So I was rocking Master System in like 95 when like the PlayStation 1 was about to come out, like that sort of shit. So I know how you're going, but it was good. It was a good thing, I think.
I hear your struggle.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of crowdsourced questions that we already have down here.
Yeah.
So we might pump through those. Now this one's from Look Mom and Hustling, so don't take this from us, but take it from them. You guys have an awesome connection with Rally Roots. I don't like.
I don't. Maybe they just pretend to like us. I don't know.
Well, they're pretending pretty regularly. That's awesome. But Look, Mum's question was, who are your favorite Aussie resellers?
These two wankers. What are they? Two Aussie Thrifters.
I think that's their name. I don't know.
Two Aussie Thrifters. Now, you guys are probably the main thrifting reseller channel Instagram that we pay attention to. Saying that the only reason that is because you guys constantly be nice and interact with us. So we obviously interact with you. So a lot of the times we don't really talk to that many other resellers. We don't tend to sort of have favorites or anything, but we probably
us. We're like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Like, hello.
I don't know, but like, Rally Roots is obviously the best. Like, they're better than us. They're better than everyone because they're actually a success story, legit. Because
just
as you
genuine.
know, there's a lot of like reseller channels out there that make out they they make out they have the success of what like sort of Rally Roots do, but no one has what they got. I look up to them a lot. Yeah,
and we're exactly the same. Their sort of end goal.
But the whole crew is just awesome.
Yeah,
like we buy stuff off all of them, not just Ben. Like he hooked me up with X-Files t-shirts. Yeah. I'm a big collector of like vintage X-Files, and he always hooks me up. I feel like Rally Roots sort of found us through him. Yeah, because Benny was sort of our main dude for a while there. Like, he was cool, and we talked to him a lot. And then randomly we were just like chilling out watching a Rally Roots live thing, and they started talking about us, and I was like, "What the shit?" Okay,
what? You don't know me.
So it was good. Yeah,
greatest full time. Rally Roots are awesome. Rally Roots is smashing it.
Where are they? Where's Rally Roots?
Wake up. Where
Get
are
out of bed. No kidding.
Yeah, we definitely didn't expect to be your top Aussie couple, so
making us blush.
Yeah. You guys are just super nice to us, so we're gonna be nothing.
We'll slip you that 50 afterwards, eh?
No worries. Custard revenge.
Yeah. Damo asked, how did you discover reselling? But you sort of touched on that a bit before about how you sort of collected. Here's a good question from Megan that actually asked on your channel was, what kind of profit margin do you set yourselves before committing to a bulk buy? Like, do you sort of have a set amount that you have to know you're going to make?
Bulk buy, like, or just individual profits of things? I think with a bulk buy, it's kind of different because let's say you're buying 50 items, but only 10 of them are worth big money. It's kind of hard to work out the minimum profits of everything. But I feel like, let's say pop vinyls, if we're selling them for $21, we don't pay any more than $4.
Yeah.
So that sort of gives an idea of where we're at. But in what we do, when we're dealing with someone buying something like that, we try for 80 to 90% profit start.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm offering the lowest denominator I can possibly think of that's not going to get me punched in the face.
Yeah.
And after that, then I just try. And also what comes into it is something can have like a super high profit margin on it, but the comps could be shit as. Like it could sell once every 3 to 4 months, but you spend $600 on it. I probably won't do that. But I'll spend $50 to make $100 if it can sell that week.
Yeah.
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 I saw you pick up some boots actually that were.
Oh, yeah. Did you sell those Red Wings, were they?
We're talking to some fella at the moment. Oh, well, he sent us a message. He wants to like them for around $100 less than what we've got on them, which is fine. But I feel like we could leave them up for a little bit longer. Like Erin was saying earlier, we're pretty noob with clothes. Like it's only been the last couple of months where I've bothered even looking in the shoe rack. So we were pretty lucky to find them. We've had luck with like Doc Martens and everything with it. So does everyone else.
Yeah.
I bought a pair of shoes from Salvos. They're worth they're those Italian, but I kept them. What brand are they?
Oh God,
but we looked at the comps on them, and some of them are like $600. I can't even think of the brand, but I kept those.
Wow.
To try and you walk around and people go, oh, $600 leather shoes. That guy must be rich as, but you just like this broke reseller thrifting guy looking like
just throwing pop.
I just kept them to fool people.
Yeah. Well,
Love it.
That's why we all keep high-end items.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get some Gucci floating around somewhere.
Oh yeah, no, Burberry all day.
Shoes are great to flip. Damon said.
We were just watching him before.
Saw you pick up some.
Birkenstocks.
Yeah. Another cool question that went over to yours was, are garage sales worth it? That was from Op Shop Weirdness.
If you enjoy them, if it's something you look forward to do on the weekend, it's always worth it. But your garage sales, I find these days, people know what things are worth. It's very hard. It kind of pisses me off because obviously you go on a garage sale to spend dollars and cents.
You've got to find the right ones, that's for sure. And you can't, how are you to know?
Yeah, it's such
a hit and miss.
I think if you go to at least 5 garage sales every Saturday, at least one of those garage sales you should make some money off. And at the end of the month, I think if you go to them every weekend, they're worth it. But if it's once in a while, it's probably worth it just for some fun.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that garage sale trail that's coming up. Smash out a heap in one day.
What is it? Garage
sale trail in October, where everyone puts up their garage sales on this app, and you just go around and smash them all. So I hope you have that in Melbourne as well.
That's cool.
Australia wide, I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure it is. Yeah, everyone agrees.
There you go. That shows that we don't know much at all.
You're welcome.
We only found it a couple of years ago, and we just
a couple of years ago.
A couple of years ago.
Well, it's only on once a year, so.
That's fair.
Oh, okay, cool.
Cool. Well, we'll
And we
definitely get on
Thanks
that.
for that.
That's
Hit
awesome.
up all the Richies and try and bargain them down until they
pick
kick
your
us out.
suburb.
Perfect.
Oh, someone really did kick us out. We went to a wealthy suburb once, and they told us not to touch what we couldn't afford.
Yeah.
And
So
told me
we're
to buy some proper shoes because I was wearing my thongs.
Yeah.
What?
That's so
And
rude.
someone said that directly.
Yeah. Directly to our face, yeah.
It was I was looking at a leather bag, and she was like, don't touch that if you can't afford it. I was like, yeah.
Woman.
I was like, "Want to see my paper?"
I would have pulled $100 bill out of your wallet and set it on fire with a lighter, even if you couldn't afford it, just to be like,
Screw
you can't have my money, bye.
And I think that happens to a lot of young resellers because people just have that perception that we have no money and we can't afford things and we're just shit kickers. So
Yeah.
It happened once, but we were shocked.
What's that?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's only happened to us once, but we were
Oh,
so
okay, yeah. It's never happened to us. So I can't believe that.
I just didn't think that happened nowadays. Like, is that a thing still?
well, if you look at us, we don't look like we're anything. So
No, but you don't look like
You don't look like junky hobos on the street.
You know what I mean?
yay.
but I won't say what that says.
Yeah,
but
Tommy Pickers, I laid the fucker out, cheeky.
there we
fuck.
go.
Is that
That's what we bring you here for. We bring you here for the.
I like that.
Real spare.
Yeah, and I thought about laying her out, but then I was like,
Brad should take her out. I don't know about
Yeah.
that. She
Take her out.
probably would have kicked my ass. Tommy. Tommy's from the
Good
US.
evening.
Have you come across Tommy yet? He has been
No, I
smashing
don't
the
think so.
live.
Maybe. Like it's a lot of people on Instagram. If they've got Instagram, we tend to follow everyone who seems to be a reseller.
Yeah.
well, Tommy, you probably already love Retro Rescuers, and if this is your introduction, you now love Retro
Yeah,
Rescuers.
get onto it. So yeah, Tommy, we've had a bit to do with Tommy. We went live on his channel in a thrift store, but if you haven't checked out Retros, definitely do it, Tommy, because you won't be disappointed. Wow, some people are so judgmental.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I can't get over that. That's insane. The only thing I do respect people at garage sales for getting a bit pissed off about is, you know, those resellers who give us all a bad name and they just bust in, like they barely wait for them to open the door and they just start shouting like questions at them and like bargaining way too low. I can understand if those people had just had 50 of those dudes rocking up, pissing them off. But still, no excuse. But I'm saying that's the only real time that I've seen garage sale people get a bit annoyed at others, and I sort of agree.
Yeah, usually.
This was like middle of the day, like we'd been out for a few hours at that point. So I don't know, maybe they were just tired and had enough.
Over it. They weren't making enough money, so
Yeah,
they
like-
thought they'd send everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Garage sales are their own eBay stores now. Yeah, that does happen.
Oh, and thrift stores too.
Oh,
so
yeah, we all know that.
Do you get the signs over where you are where they're like, look what
Yeah.
this is selling for on eBay?
Yeah, and then like the big display pictures of them like with Game Boys and things talking about their eBay stores, and it's like, oh, okay, that's where all the stuff I used to buy goes now.
K Dizzle, which is Kieran, says, when will a studio pick up a reselling as a TV show? You
What?
guys would be
Oh,
prime time, I reckon.
so much, you guys.
But you know, a little secret. This might make us sound like idiots. I don't know, but that's a goal of ours on YouTube, is to build our YouTube up to a substantial amount of viewers, and then maybe try and pitch something with our good friend JB, who we were talking about before, to make some kind of show.
You are prime for it. You're perfect.
Yeah,
I,
would work.
I hope so. That's a big
that's a pipe.
that's a
big
pipe dream. That's a big pipe dream. Please don't think I'm talking like that's what's going to happen.
We're the best. No.
No.
How do you start though? That little seed, like, wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, that's our goal on YouTube, but we'll see what happens. Thank you.
But just in general, selling TV show would be
awesome.
Yeah.
They've
Yeah.
got like 50 different varieties in America.
I know that's the thing. It's
but they did try it here in Australia, but they go too blokey with everything.
Yeah, I did see that.
Like, we're gonna go find this piece of motorbike, and it's like no one's digging up Indian motorbikes from the 20s
In Australia.
I want to show people like, I go buy 10 Wiggles VHSs and sell them to some idiot in the UK for nearly $200. Go do it. Help pay off your car. Help pay off your house.
Yeah.
That's what it should be. It should be realistic things everyday people can find.
Yeah. Here's a link to your channel as well. So Bumcracks hooked you up with a link. I'm sure everyone.
No, you're right. Keep going.
I was going to say, I'm sure everyone here is already subbed to you guys because I'm pretty sure you brought them all in. So.
I will say that since we've decided to do this live chat, we've went up probably nearly 12 or so subscribers that weren't from us.
Hey.
Thank you.
So I noticed them picking over.
I'm pretty sure we copped a few from you as well. So it's a give-take relationship.
Yeah.
Let's see if we've got any more questions. Mitch for PM. Jeez, that's a big call.
No, because he would. And
I constantly go on about how I'm going to be Prime Minister of Australia.
You're not.
And I get shut down.
Australia loves a larrikin.
I reckon you make a good Bob Hawke.
I don't know.
I think your opinions are too strong.
Yeah, I have some pretty whack opinions.
He's got too strong opinions. No one wants them.
No.
Just keep them here.
Maybe in like 6 years or something, once it goes back to like everything becomes very offensive, but then it has that cycle where things are allowed again, and we'll just wait for that.
Kay Dizzle said I held a garage sale once and dealt with some early morning guys. Never again.
Yeah, it's not cool. Don't do that.
We did a market stall once, and I couldn't even unpack the bags. I couldn't even unpack it.
Yeah.
Torches, like in there. I'm like, can you just leave?
Yeah.
People going through my car at 6 a.m. and I'm like, sorry, that's not for sale. That's my coffee. Like, get out.
What about these donuts? Are these jam donuts free?
Yeah, $50.
Vultures.
No. Yeah, it's crazy. We did a few before we moved just to clear some crap, and
that's what we do markets for too. It's purely just to clear the crap.
Yeah, just get rid of the stuff.
I got your back, bro. Makes sense. I don't think it isn't that much of a pipe dream. I don't think it is either. I think eventually there will be one in Australia, and why not you?
I hope so.
Yeah. It also shows people other ways of making money.
It really needs to be for those families out there, because I come from a family where it was two parents busting their ass every day, all day at jobs they hated to fund things when they could do this little hobby that gets them an extra $150 to $200 a week, barely trying. Because if you don't put that much effort, that's possible. Yeah. That can save families. That can save people's marriages, having that little bit of extra stress, being able to afford the bills, afford the car repayments.
Yeah, and not to mention there's a lot of people that I see that are resellers that are on a disability or something like that. So they're utilizing, what work they can do in their own time. And how good would it be to be able to...
Yeah, you're on a pension or whatever. You don't need to, go to the tax man about $200 every now and again. Spend it on something fun, buy some nice clothes or whatever you want.
Yeah, it's a great thing to have as a backup, and like if you're ever out of a job, you've got something that you can fall back on.
So easy.
Yeah, crazy. And I think you're right. A lot of resellers seem to have that same story where they grew up sort of reasonably not wealthy, I suppose.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't living in slum, but I wasn't you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I think we sort of try and find ways to make sure that we don't put ourselves in the same position.
Yeah.
So.
We don't want to be working. Well, I don't want to be. I don't want to be working a job where the person telling me what to do, I hate.
Yes.
I can't stand that. I can't stand being told what to do by someone I don't respect. And that might make me an absolute wanker, because half the time it probably is my problem and my fault at work. It's something in me. I just cannot handle that.
It's also like just the 9 to 5 doesn't suit us as people, as our personality. Yeah. It's not something that I don't want to live that way.
So. I don't think it suits many people, to be honest. It is.
And that's the thing. It's not settling. It's not saying, this is all I have to do this because it's the only way I can make money. No, it's not.
It's what you want to do.
Yeah.
That's huge in life. If you're doing something you want to do, you're enjoying it.
Absolutely. So many different reasons why people have come into kind of selling and eBay and garage sales. And I think that's why we love doing these. We're like, how did you get here?
Yeah, it's awesome.
So Look Bum, which is Drew's asking, what are you gaming at the moment?
Fire Emblem for me on the Switch. I don't know if you've seen, I pretty much try and buy out, as bringing this to reselling, I try and buy out as many collector's editions as I can of Switch games. Don't tell the gaming community, I'll be burnt alive. But Fire Emblem, we always keep one collector's of each Switch game we get. And Fire Emblem's my jam at the moment.
Yeah, I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn on PS4 at the moment.
Yeah.
We're smashing.
You playing anything at the moment?
We're mostly testing all the retro games and that we got a few weeks back.
That's better than anything released today, that's for sure.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 on PS1 the other day.
I've never used a Game Boy. I'm obsessed with Tetris.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Tetris on the Game Boy is killer. There's actually a really, really cool, if you're into retro stuff, a really cool documentary on YouTube about the Tetris explosion back in the day of everyone.
I have to check it out.
One of my favorite channels. I cannot think of it for the life of me at the moment, but just type in Tetris documentary to pop up.
I'm sure it'll be there. Kara's asked, how did you guys meet?
It's a big story. It's so intense. Tinder.
sliding on in the DMs, Mitchell.
Yeah, I sent her a dick pic. She was like, okay. And then that was it.
He's like, is that it? No.
Yeah. No, actually, yeah, we met on Tinder, but I was a seedy dude and I paid for to be able to look in different postcodes.
Because he was still living in Mackay when.
But I was moving to Melbourne. I was like, let me suss out all these chicky babes. And then I ended up meeting one and then and getting engaged to her.
Yeah.
And that is a good point. You guys are now engaged and you're getting married in 5 months. So congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Yeah, we forgot to restate that at the start.
No, that's all good. No, it's good. I never thought I was going to get married, but she's pretty cool.
Yeah. When you find that person, your goals change, I think.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
She's a keeper.
Have you ever gotten the rocket ship on Tetris?
I haven't. No, my brain doesn't work properly to do that stuff.
I'm not smart.
My mother probably did. She was obsessed with that. Absolutely obsessed.
Oh, Bumcrack's got you sorted. The story of Tetris. There's the link, guys.
Awesome. What is the channel that did that? I can't believe I forgot his channel now. I've been watching him for years. He does the best retro documentary stuff. Like he can make a screen that makes your Game Boy screen look bigger. Documentary sounds so interesting, and it's about something like a stupid piece of plastic. It's awesome. He does a really good job.
Sure BCP will be all over it. He finds links. I don't even know how. Peter, what's the future of the content? What demographic are you trying to hit besides the reselling community?
I don't know. I think people just feel like just having a good time with vlogging. Like really, like. I don't know. Let me read this again. You answer it. I don't know. What's the future of the content? What demographic are you trying to hit? No demographic.
Really just anybody and
anybody.
everybody.
We really want people to find us who aren't resellers, who might go, oh, what? I can make money off that?
I can do that.
Yeah, they're the ones we want. They're the ones we are looking for. Gaming historian. Yes, of course. Those guys know.
We've got some game couple that know what they're doing.
Yeah. Gaming historian. Yeah, that's him.
Bumcrack can find anything.
Yeah.
Bumcrack has like 500 subs but no videos.
Oh,
yeah.
It's amazing.
Going to be the first guy to 1,000 subs without any content.
Oh, wow.
He can go monetize straight away. Oh wait, no.
Yeah. A few hours. He'll just have to like black out his screen and sing or something for ages. And
yeah.
Do you guys have many op shops where you live? How far do you venture out?
We've got like maybe 5 local ones.
I would say 3 I can walk to.
Yeah.
But we have probably 5, including those 3. That's a quick drive. But
we usually travel out.
For our thrifting, we don't thrift in Melbourne. We thrift in Melbourne, but 45 minutes
not
out.
in the CBD.
Some little country towns.
We like to make a day of most of our thrifting. So
Rosebud.
Yeah, and sometimes we will let a sale or a pickup determine where we're thrifting. So on Facebook Marketplace, if it's like out in Werribee, which is away from us, and it's like some guy's got a big order we're going to pick up, let's plan some thrifts in Werribee for today. So to save the hour drive being just for that one thing, which also helps with the costs of travel and all that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Country towns have the goods.
Yeah,
They really do.
Crazy stuff.
They don't. When it comes to Salvos and Lifeline in Queensland, I don't think there's any here, and those Vinnies and stuff. The country towns have caught up with the really obvious expensive things now, but they're very behind on video games and like DS games that are worth money, like that sort of stuff. They don't tend to check that.
Yeah.
Oh, what is your approach to... Oh, yeah, this is my note. What is your approach to haters and creepers? Because the internet is a scary place.
Oh, look, to be honest, we don't really pay much attention to...
Yeah, I wouldn't say, I don't know, creepers. We like the creepers because then it means they're sort of semi-obsessed with you.
Yeah.
So it's always going to be at least one extra view on something or one extra comment or one extra like. So creeps are okay, but haters...
Like and subscribe.
Haters is such a weird word because I feel like people hate, if they hate on me, it's probably for a logical reason. I've probably said something that's pissed them off.
Yeah.
So
we're just like, I understand. You don't want to watch us.
At
that's
least,
fine.
you know what I mean? If they start spamming, like, I remember I had that. We've only ever really had one dude. It was on that one of our first videos on YouTube anyway, where that lady's like going off at us for having a camera in the store. And he
I
like,
love that video.
yeah, he went on like this 5-page tyrant calling me a piece of shit because I'm an entitled wanker who thinks I can just do what I. And I'm sitting there going, what the hell? All we did was, you know, she could have just come and said, can you please not film? I wasn't saying she was a bitch and I'm going to bash. He was really giving it to me.
Wow.
We even cut her audio out. Like, you couldn't even hear her. It was really weird. And then the only other time some weird shit happened was on the reseller page. This guy.
It was a girl, wasn't it?
I don't know. It was that random girl. Now I'm talking about that guy who wrote that real passive aggressive paragraph of how cool he thought we were, our channel, but he was saying it really sarcastically and like
That's
taking a piss.
weird. Sometimes someone sneaks in, don't they? And it's like, how'd you get here?
Yeah.
It was, and then he changed his profile picture to me and was like messaging us all this weird shit.
Oh my God, I forgot
Remember
about
that guy?
See how bad my memory
Yeah.
is?
He changed his picture to me and started spamming things on like
So you're just a
Facebook.
blocker. You just
Yeah. But
block
then,
and move on.
yeah, then there was that girl who I messaged. This is back in the day when that reseller page sort of first surfaced. And I sent Brad a message. I'm like, do you know this girl? Like, I don't know what she's on about, but she was pretty much saying that we make fun of rape.
Yeah.
And I went back and watched my videos. And I'm like,
When
the only thing I can think of was when I pretended to punch Erin and then I cut the video to that Gillette shaver ad. Because you remember how Gillette had that anti-masculinity? And I just thought that was funny. Like, I'm going to punch Erin. And now here's this anti-Gillette ad. Probably not funny.
I mean, yeah,
It's a pretty next level accusation though. So I guess like you've got a certain sense of humor.
Yeah.
of course.
And if that does if it attracts some people, like triggers some people, it's like, how do you handle it?
Yeah, you can't do anything about it.
Yeah. But I respect the ones who just flat out block us. That I like because that.
Because that's like, what's the point of saying anything?
Yeah,
If you don't
yeah.
like what we're doing, just
Yeah,
leave.
they're awesome.
Yeah.
They are the best people in the world. The worst people in the world who hate something, but then spend days of their lives.
I'm not
People
gonna,
who engage.
yeah, and I'm not going to pay attention to what you say anyway because
Nah.
you're just rambling.
It's not worth your while.
Yeah, no. So
Bron
Oh,
actually,
sorry, Bron.
yeah, Bron sent me a few questions, so I better make sure we get through those.
Also, we can spend a little bit more. I know I said earlier, like it had to be 9 or whatever, but whatever.
Oh,
I'm having a good time.
So Bron asked how old you are, and so Mitchell, you're 30, and Erin's 28, correct?
Yep.
Day jobs, and so I know that Erin's doing a bit. And is this your full-time job, Mitchell?
Yes, I don't do anything else but this.
And Erin, you're
yeah, I work casually. I work about 3 days a week at a performing arts school for children in the head office there, and I handle the curriculum. I'm a curriculum coordinator there for them. But I love it so much that I'm not ready to leave yet.
Because you used to be full time.
Yeah,
when I was full time work.
That's it. I used to be full time, and I'm lucky. My company treats me very well, so they let me drop down and still keep the same job. So it's
that's
same
great.
job. 3 days only.
So
You're sort of
Flexibility.
doing both things you love at the same time, which is awesome.
exactly right. And my heart lies in, I said this to you guys before that I've got a background in musical theatre. So, working at a performing arts school and getting to deal with the curriculum, things like that, when they study musical theatre, it's fantastic. So it's right where my heart is.
Yeah. She did also ask me, so she must have missed a bit before, what got you into retro, but you sort of said that, you love the retro gaming yourself and collecting. So
I think it's just being a child and not remember how like amazing it was to have a brand new game. That was like a maybe 2 or 3 times a year event. And now these kids these days are getting a game every week, every month. So I think like that little trigger of not being able to have all that stuff back in the day and then being an adult and it's like, I just want it all. Like, this really thing.
that consumerism, hey, you're just like, I can get that now.
Yeah.
Kay Dizzle's asking Mitchell, what did you used to do for work?
I've had a few different things. I used to work for a company called Game Traders for years and years. I started with them back when they first sort of started, and they were selling things like the Jetsons on the NES for $3 in bins. And I was like, oh, I'll just buy all these games here that I know are worth heaps. And then I became pretty good friends with the owners and stuff, and I sort of helped them turn their silly ways around, which was pretty good because he used to do things like, like the Super Nintendo special edition boxes like you've sort of got there. He would, when people would trade them in, he would throw those boxes in styrofoam in the bin. He owned a retro video game store. He would take the consoles out of the boxes and then when I started working there, I was like, can I take these boxes home? Oh, sure. Yeah, whatever. I remember someone brought in a pile of like pretty much every Game Boy Advance Pokemon game, JRPG. He's there taking all the cartridges out, and I'm like, can I have the boxes? Yeah. It was just shit like that. So I would sort of tell him what things were worth because in the end I was like, I'm getting these boxes. Like, that's worth more than the game sometimes. But I also worked in an abattoir.
Yeah.
Wow. That's two different worlds.
Yeah, that was like straight out of high school. I dropped out of high school.
Your father works
My
there.
father works high up in an abattoir. He doesn't. He does like cruisy stuff now, where he just sort of runs the show. But back in the day, he was a hard slogging man of work. And then I wasn't going to quit school and not have a job, so he sent me off to the death factory. Yeah. And I used to play around there and cut up meat. Yeah, it sounds as awesome as it sounds.
You got to start somewhere, eh? Like, we've all had shitty jobs, and
that's
what we need to do.
Yeah. Later on in life, when I'm working like those retail jobs, and there'd be some like 17-year-old whinging about how shit the job is, I'd be like, "You got no idea. You got no idea. You go work in the cow death farm, and you'll understand a shitty job."
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm still stuck on that guy throwing out the boxes. If I had any hair left, I'd be pulling it out. I can tell you that.
Man, it was crazy. It was absolutely insane.
How do you operate a store that's oh my god.
It was also new games as well. Like, they were pretty heavy on like new, and they did board games and toys. Retro was just like a 15 to 20% of the store, but that's why I wanted the job there.
Yeah. I would have loved that job.
Man, it was the best job of my life. I miss it every day. It was the best.
We Flipping Good Stuff, which is Zach, is saying smash that like button, smash it for the
Zach.
retros. Let them know that you enjoyed having them here.
Yeah.
Everyone, quick smash that like. Yeah. Everyone's liking it. Everyone's liking the attention.
The support.
Yeah. So I guess is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about before we let you get back to your lives?
Releasing.
Nothing really. This has been awesome though.
Yeah.
This has been a lot more fun than not that I thought it was going to be shit, but I've really enjoyed it. It was good.
We're pretty shit, so
No,
it's more like, are we going to be awkward?
Yeah,
Like,
you never know. But
Yeah.
I think it was a good time.
yeah, definitely.
We love you guys, and we loved having you on and hearing all about you because you're a little bit of an enigma.
Yeah, you're definitely
What are they all about?
We're no longer in the reseller page.
We have to come hunt for you.
Yeah, maybe I'll jump back in there. I don't know. We'll see how we go.
Yeah, I understand why not. There was one thing that we did want to talk about. International shipping.
Yeah. What's that? Sorry?
International shipping. So you guys do a lot of it.
Yeah, international is our bread and butter. That is our main thing. I just wish a lot more resellers out there would understand that just because something's only worth $20 in Australia, if it's not in America and it's going to cost you $15 to ship, you can put $30 shipping on it. And someone's going to buy it. Like, I don't really have an example here. What V8, that Goosebumps VHS, did you see that?
Yeah. Postage?
Yeah, that's something we would maybe make $3 off at the end of postage and fees.
In Australia.
But someone ended up spending, because I just put stupid postage costs, like double. And people are that desperate. They can't find it in their country. They're gonna buy it. People are rich. That's what people don't understand is someone out there who's got a lot of money spends it on stupid shit. Like Goosebumps VHSs you can get at the secondhand store for 50 cents.
Yeah, they'll be like, what about this one I was watching as a child? Let's show my
kids. Yeah. Like I stated earlier, Wiggles VHS tapes in bundles.
Overseas.
We don't sell any in Australia.
No.
It's like people spend $60, $70 on a $30 pack of VHSs to the UK. So they end up spending like $100 on 5 Wiggles VHS tapes. So that's
think outside the Australia box.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you're just opening up, like, Australia is so small in comparison. So
when I was on that,
why not?
when we were on the the reseller page, I noticed every second person like, oh, it's just too much hassle international. It's too much risk. Like, I don't understand this risk.
It just seems so scary to a lot of people when it's just exactly the same.
Going further.
You're just filling it out with an extra slip of information, really.
Yeah.
And we're tracking.
Yeah, and they pay for the shipping. Like,
that's
you're
the thing.
making more money than you would locally.
Yeah, because your standard, well, what we have on our eBay page is everything's free postage. So our postage cost is actually in the price. So therefore, these people are paying the Australian price plus the Australian postage plus the stupid, idiotic postage I put on it being a scumbag. And then they get, but they're happy. You should, like, our feedback and the messages we get from people, like, we sold this Mighty Max VHS set to that guy in the Philippines. For months, every now and again, he would just message us and go, oh, my God, my family loves these. Oh, like, I can't believe you had them. Like, he paid stupid amount for them, but he's just so stoked on them. And that makes us feel good. Like, we win, they win. So what?
You provided someone with something that they relate to. So
We've just found it. So
Damo's saying subscribe. Make sure you jump over to Retro's channel, give them a subscribe as well.
That.
we will
Link.
Yeah, we'll try.
We'll make more videos.
Promise.
Yeah, we're craving some more retros, I can tell you. Thanks for your time to both couples. Been an awesome viewing experience. Thank you, everyone that came along. And we've had pretty much 50 all the way through, which is awesome. So
back from Burnout, BMX Bandits kicks ass. I like that. I just seen that in the corner of my eye.
Yep. Here we are.
Yeah.
Still played that.
Granny.
Awesome.
Yeah. What about her? Did you see her? She found $700 in a box the other day at her op shop.
Who did?
Mel did, back from Burnout.
She bought a little glass bowl, and after she unwrapped it all.
We bought this today, and it has money in it.
Oh,
Let's see. Live unboxing.
Ooh.
It's this Australian old board game.
I've seen this once before. I did not open it and find stuff, though.
I don't think
I always look in all the bags and wallets and stuff. I'm just like hoping for the best, but I guess everyone else is doing that.
1 cent, old 1 cent Australian.
Oh,
geez, you guys can retire.
They're littered through the bottom of this pesky board game. So not $700, but
thanks for your input, Mitchell.
take that, $700, 1 cent.
Cop that.
This is our interviews. Stop trying to upstage me.
Yeah, that's pretty hectic. I've never found a cent before.
Honestly, it's crazy. That's insane.
Found some dirty tissues.
Yeah. So we found a crack pipe once as well.
Oh, we get a lot of crack pipes around our area. So.
Yeah.
Tags. Oh,
clarification, not used.
Oh, not you.
Okay, that's fine. That's handy.
On eBay.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? I'm sure there's someone with some sort of fetish going around.
Yeah. Japanese eBay, you probably sell used ones. They do. They like that weird stuff over there. Have you been You've been to Japan?
From Retro Rescuers.
Yeah. One
Market will be flooded now.
Money. Yeah.
It's brown money.
Yeah.
All right. We've been on an hour and 5. So
Really?
thanks heaps for coming along. I did have a quick thing that I wanted to mention before we headed off. So today is National Suicide Prevention Day. And I know that, there's a lot of things going on in the reseller community. But if anyone wants to reach out to us or anybody else in the reselling community, we'd love to chat to you. We don't want to bring down the tone of the chat, but I think it's a really important day. It touches a lot of people.
And I think the tone of this chat is just what people in those sort of situations need, just a little bit of mucking around and fun. If you ever need help out there, sometimes the best thing is to just chat to someone you can have a laugh with.
Yeah. And I think that's great having you guys on today because you bring that energy and you bring that lightheartedness.
Someone felt a little bit happier because of our garbage.
Yeah. Well, thanks heaps, guys. We'll leave it at that. Thanks everyone that's come along tonight. We really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time on This Is Your Reselling Life. Bye, guys.
Bye, thank you.